cutting the return. So I'm a bit nervous this morning because I have to check whether we can get the coolant into our hot water tank and back without cooking the engine. So it's going to be an interesting one. Now this is what I've done so far. Hopefully it's not too dark under here. Basically we have got, this is the heater core hose that goes into the engine, into the heater core in the cab. Like I've said before, we like to switch that off, that the hot water or the hot coolant isn't going in there permanently, because it just really heats the cab up, makes a really big difference there. So I can still switch that off now with this setup. So I've got a T, brass T before the hose, and that goes to another ball valve. Now the reason for that ball valve is so that I can switch off this entire system and then go back to basically your usual sort of engine plumbing. So that goes all the way down underneath the vehicle, goes to the hot water tank, and the return of the hot water tank comes back with another ball valve so I can switch it off, comes in and back into the engine. So I'll show you some of that plumbing. So basically goes routes underneath. I've got most of it protected where it needs to be, comes up here into some more protection, goes through the floor, and that goes into the hot water tank. So basically we have to turn the truck on and make sure the coolant flowing all the way through, and then I need to top up coolant as necessary. I don't know how much coolant it will take, and then yeah, we should be good to go. So wish us luck, because if I get this wrong we cook the motor, because I can't rely on the temperature gauge in the MOG. It's not reliable. So the other thing is I need to get the air out of the system. How to do that, not really sure. I'll probably leave the coolant cap off and hopefully it'll bubble out. Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Here, so far so good. Goodbye.
So taking the truck for a spin to get it to heat up. Goodbye.
Alright, and I will be at the back with our Jamie UHF radio. Make sure I can communicate with Chris. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Alright, going on a little drive around the block. Alright, keep an eye on the coolant. Alright, getting comfortable. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh, it's so crazy. Oh my god. I can't describe the feeling. Good way to see if things are moving. Oh my god. Oh my god, the change of gear. So far so good, no leaks, and the hose as well is getting a bit warmer. Copy that. Just checking that nothing is moving and there's no movement in, like the tanks are not even secured, like the fridge doors are not secured. Nothing is moving. It's brilliant. And Chris is doing some serious like turning around. Like it goes fast, or at least it feels fast. Oh, I'm so pleased with that. Yeah, they feel hot. Okay. All good?
All good, yes, using coolant. I've just turned the heater hose on for in here. We're going to head back now, okay?
Copy. See you at the shed.
Hello.
How was it?
That was okay. I didn't bring any coolant on that trip, so
Oh my
I don't want
god.
to go too far. But no leaks?
No leaks, no.
Cool.
And the
Apparently
hose?
good. We've definitely gone down in coolant, which is a good sign.
Okay.
So we'll top up and reassess. I'll turn the trunk off. Alright, so that was a raging success. So we lost, coolant was probably up to here, so we lost that much going through all the hoses and through the heat exchanger. So yeah, ball valves work, no leaks. I almost lost my fingers in the fan. So learned a valuable lesson there. So I'm going to top up the coolant and success.
Okay, I've got the top. Okay, it's down if you want to come up with me to move it. Well, that was stressful, but it went well.
No, that was right. It's just cumbersome, hey? Can you go back and just make sure they look kind of even? I know it was measured, but just in case. They look pretty good.
Yes. Freon. 2 to go.
We have solar! That wasn't so bad. Looking like a real expedition truck now. Oh yes. How cool is that? 900 watts of goodness, baby. Alright, let's go back down. Good morning. Just doing a bit of a morning rooftop check, I guess you could say. Solar panels are still here, and Felix has found a way to get on top of the log and up on the roof for a vantage point to the kangaroos. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so Ange and I have had something pretty exciting under wraps for a while now. At the start of the year, we reached out to a company called Enerdrive here in Australia. If you're unfamiliar with them, they're kind of the cream of the crop when it comes to 12 volt full system setups, I guess you could say, for mobile living. Now, we are going to be running all of their products for our main sort of brains and solar system and the whole setup that'll be in the box. Now, we really cheaped out last year when we were traveling around Oz in the Jeep, and we had a lot of issues with our solar. So we burnt up 2 solar panels, and we were always just stressed the whole time basically about not having the power requirements to be able to keep our fridge going and be able to charge our laptops and keep going with this kind of like dinky cheap inverter that I got on eBay. So we vowed that we would put a huge portion of our budget for the actual camper into our electrical setup, and that is what we've done. So over the coming months we'll be kind of doing the install. We've basically chosen a system which is safe and reliable, and not only that but also really powerful as well. So it's going to work really well for us cooking with induction inside, running our 240 volt fridge 24/7. I mean, you've seen the aircon already. Now we'll have to be a little bit careful obviously and not go too crazy with our power consumption, but yeah, we're really confident that Energive will see us through, and we're just going to set up a really good system. So I say we, I actually mean me. I'll be learning all of it basically on my own, and as you know, I'm no electrical engineer, so yeah, it'll be interesting if I can even just set this whole thing up myself. It does stress me out a little bit, but we'll see how I go. But yeah, we've basically chosen these 200 watt panels. So up here at the moment we have 900 watts of solar at peak efficiency. Hasn't been wired yet. I'll be needing to run some really heavy gauge wire up through into the roof. Now, we could fit that little 100 watt panel. That 100 watt panel will be wired up slightly differently, but I'll go over all the wiring. Basically, I'll learn on the job as usual. And but yeah, I think these panels will be really awesome. We've left the front here free so that we can make a little deck, a little lightweight composite deck, so that ideally Ange and I can come up here and have some sundowners on the roof or a bit of sunbathing or whatnot. So we've got a little bit of roof space, and the rest is solar. So yeah, we'll be going through a bit of that soon.
Yeah, I can say this view from the top here, I can see myself having a coffee on the roof. That's
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
It's such a good viewpoint. It would be a shame to have no roof space, so that's why we've kind of done the solar this way.
What are we doing?
We are pulling all of the screws out. I'm cheating.
So if you're wondering what we're doing right now, we picked up today this coffee table on Facebook Marketplace for $160. It's a Tasmanian oak coffee table. It's a beautiful one. We are basically like removing everything, and we're gonna use the top of it for a bench top in the kitchen, which is amazing to be able to recycle like some beautiful timber. It's a bit of a shame because it is a beautiful piece of furniture, but we wouldn't be able to fit it in the mug. So hopefully it works. It fits the dimension almost perfectly, which is crazy. Just the width to have to trim a little bit, but other than that, obviously a lot of sanding to come, but yeah, very happy. Can't wait to see how it looks. Oh, here it is. Wow. So beautiful.
Boom.
Really nice. That was Chris' idea to actually check on Marketplace to get a second-hand table. Very good idea.
Thank you. Perfect thickness too.
Yay!
Man, so what you saw yesterday when we were pulling off the whole like bench top and pulling that thing apart, we've put it in here and it is the exact fit to the millimeter. We can't get over it. So we don't even have to really do anything to the bench top at all. We don't have to like trim it. Like, it's crazy. So we can leave it the stain that it is, and we'll probably add a food safe over the top of it. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It is high, and we wanted it to be a slightly higher than normal kitchen countertop because Ange and I prefer it that way, I think. So it can also be used as a bit of a standing workstation.
And now we are placing like our little cardboard, I guess, mock-up for the sink, trying to work out the measurement, exactly where it's gonna go. Obviously, we're gonna have to clear the aluminium that is under, and we have to clear the window. We've got the tapware that will go here. We've got two tapware, like normal, I guess, washing sink tapware, and a filtered one. So yeah, we've got to make room for these two. But yeah, that's exciting but scary to have, I guess, to do a hole in our beautiful bench top.
Time to get the jigsaw out. Ooh.
Yay!
Hey!
Hello. What a
That was
adventure.
actually a bit of a mission. Man.
Whew.
Oh.
So what happened?
When we drilled holes, it blew
Yeah, I don't know if we've got the
a nice
outcut.
space bit apart. Like this.
Yeah, no good.
So we decided to just cut the big old radiuses out of it. We didn't end up with a nice square, but that's fine. Hopefully
Better
it's
to
all
be
right.
safe.
Definitely.
Because on there, it looks clean. And
It's
that's the
definitely
most
not,
important part.
Not clean there.
It'll be fine. Send it, and she'll be alright.
Go like that.
Alright, the moment of truth.
I don't think it'll fit.
Ha! That's it.
Kind of. Not quite.
Ah, just a tiny bit off. Not by
I
much.
can see a small. Oh, look, that cut came through.
Yeah, but we've got the lip.
Ooh, not much. No, I think we might be able to see that. Oh, yeah, I reckon.
Alright, so false alert. If it's perfectly, we got a bit freaked out that we had cut a little bit too much, but Chris just used the Dremel just for the side, just so that it's like a really snug fit, like it's flush. It is just perfect, and it looks great. I'm really happy with the choice. I initially wanted like a black sink, but I read online that they tend to scratch, and as well like the paint kind of like goes away. So yeah, we opted for stainless steel, so kind of like matching the color of the sink, the tapware with the shower. So it's kind of like all the same in that respect. So yeah, no, very happy with that. Now Chris is doing some testing for the two tapware just to have the right tool. Let's have a look. What are the results of this experiment? What is that going to be? Is it gonna be the hole saw or?
Not sure.
That's very handy to have some offcuts, so then we can practice before cutting in a beautiful bench top.
Yeah, that seems okay.
So what did you use for that?
I used an actual wood hole drill thing. It's the only good size one I've got. Yes! Who would have known drilling a hole could be so stressful. Cool.
One more to go.
One more.
We've done that a few times now. So now one sink. We know that fits, and then tapware. No one. And the ceiling picked up. You got it? Yay! Alright, the time has come now to glue our bench top to our aluminum frame. Stressful but exciting.
I'm gonna bring some batteries up.
Okay, I'll be here.
You'll be here? Waiting patiently for me?
So we couldn't actually glue and put in place the bench top yesterday. Yesterday was more than 35 degrees in Perth. It was so hot, and the wood has slightly warped a little bit on the edge that we had cut out for the sink. So yeah, this morning, nice and early, that's the first thing we're doing before it gets too hot today again and it warps. Steady still a little bit, but much better. So perfect timing for it. And then we'll put the sink into place as well. Wow, that's much better.
Yeah.
Ta-da! We've got an emblem, finally! So huge thank you to Ben Nash and Mock Central for sourcing it for us, because that was definitely the piece that was missing to make Bowser look awesome. So Chris is working on a little project at the back of the mug, but that won't be on this episode. We will show you on next week's episode. So between big jobs, usually what we do is we do lots of little things that we don't necessarily film, just so that we keep going with the build. One thing that Chris did this week was to attach a shovel or axe and our saw in this kind of like not really useful spot, and these are just like a rubber kind of clamp that's really cool, and it's just like bolted to the floor, so that's not gonna go anywhere. So pretty cool little addition. And then on the inside, as you can see, we have removed the batteries and everything, the clamp, the sink and the tapware into position.
Yeah.
Looks so nice. We did a little test. Water was going through well and no leak. Chris has completed the plumbing. So it's
Nearly. Just John Guest to fit up and done.
oh yeah, true. Just missing a little last clip. We've got, as you can see, some lighting. So this is just 12 volt warm light dimmable, 3 watt lights.
3 watt lights.
And we'll have the dimmer here that will be accessible, and we'll have to just build it from the electronics cabinet. We've got, as you can see, a mirror. I'm quite happy with it. That makes the space like much bigger, brighter, because that corner at the end was really dark. That's why as well we added a little light here that swivel And as well, it's dimmable. Really nice little addition. We're definitely gonna add a window here, as we are not going to have a hatch now at the top because of the deck. We've decided we're gonna have another revision window, so I'm kind of like playing with like cardboard templates to see which size. We're probably gonna go with this one. Then probably the most exciting part, actually, the cabinetry. So we've made huge amount of progress on our cabinet. We've got just one more. We run out of hinges, unfortunately. So this is a 12 mil birch ply with a white like laminate melamine face. So really nice, strong, lightweight, and really good quality.
Happy
wood.
with it. It's really nice to work with. Really nice. It's so strong. Yeah.
So this is our little cabinet. This is like the hard shape that we're gonna have to do in the coming days. We've got some other little addition. We've got a little clip so that the fridge door doesn't go away, doesn't move. It's not the nicest, but at least kid-proof as well. We've got another little addition here, just a little rubber mount so that when we open the fridge, it doesn't go all the way to the bench top, because Chris was thinking that corner here would definitely dent the fridge here. Then on this cabinet here, so this is what we're using to make the spacing, just like some rulers, like very professional around here. We've made our first little vent for the aircon, so for the Truma aircon. So as you can see, it will be ducting behind. So lots of like little addition, but that make a huge difference to make it look more and more livable.
Really just incredibly happy with this Tassie Oak bench top.
Yeah.
It's such a good deal. Haven't had to put any kind of finish on it yet, and it looks that good. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
that was a win.
And we're gonna have to find kind of like something a little bit similar for the table, hopefully very soon. We've got as well the wool, the toe kick, everything
It's coming along.
is coming along finally.
Yeah.
So we hope you like again this episode. There's a lot going on, as you can see. There's a lot more still to go, but yeah, we are
But we're
very
making
happy.
Good ground.
And thank you so much for your feedback on the recent build video. That was really encouraging to hear.
Awesome. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
And please remember, always like, subscribe and comment if you like our videos. Thanks a
Helps.
lot.
Cheers.